Today we're going to talk about the R926 excavator. The main things we're going to go through is efficiency, production, safety, and serviceability. Stay tuned. First we're going to talk about serviceability. As you can see behind me, the rads, the door flips up, the rads are all in line. In front of it are the batteries and the auto grease, the horn, and the battery switch. Very accessible, very easy to change. On the side, we put our engine in sideways instead of crossways. Advantages of putting your engine sideways is our boom can go back farther. It's much easier to service. We don't have to pull a counterweight or work through little doors on the sides or the back or underneath to work on it. You can see everything's accessible at ground level. Filters are easy to change, oil's easy to fill, pumps are easy to get at, air filter's easy to get at, air conditioning is easy to get at, the reverse fan's easy to get at. If there is a problem, it's much less downtime. Now we're going to talk about safe lifting with this Liebherr excavator. The first thing that Liebherr does, on the Liebherr coupler, it comes with engineered hooks rated at 12 metric tons. If you look at the boom cylinders and the top stick cylinder, they both have load hold valves on them. Load hold valves, if you blow a hose, it's not going to drop. So if you have a guy working under, if you're lifting sewer stuff, it's not going to drop. This machine has a blade. The blade makes this machine lift very well for a compact machine. A compact machine compared to a compact machine generally can't lift as much unless you put a blade on it. So then if you put a blade on it, you get the benefits of lifting, and if you turn it around, benefits of engagement. So it's going to push down harder than a conventional machine as well. This machine is also equipped with a load hold warning safety device. In the cab when you're lifting, if it gets too high of pressures, it will throw an alarm, and you know that you're getting close to the limits of the machine. Starting off with the hydraulics, this machine has high pressure, return to tank line right to the front. That's oversized so it flows back better. The lines are galvanized, they do not rust, and they dissipate heat better if you're running a breaker on it. The other high pressure lines on the other side. Down the center here is medium pressure lines, and there is also a hook out to the side if you want medium pressure on the outside. Through the boom and stick, load hold valves. Liebherr builds their own cylinders. Liebherr actually builds more of their own parts percentage-wise in a machine than any other competitor. LED lights. This machine's equipped with the blade, side camera, pre-filter for the air cleaner, galvanized track guides with 3 of them, keeps the track aligned better. This machine has a very heavy-duty undercarriage to keep the weight really low on this machine. By keeping the center of gravity really low on this machine, it gives us the advantage of, one part of the advantage is putting a bigger bucket than all the competitors. We can put anywhere from like 30 to 50% bigger bucket than any other competitor using the same specs. That's going to drive production very high compared to another machine on the market that's the same size. Another thing that helps that is our booms are specially designed. They use a one-piece steel structure. Instead of having multiple pieces of steel welded together, it makes it stronger. We can put a bigger bucket because it's less weight as well. There's a rear view camera on the back. On top, you can see this one has safety guards. They're just bolted in the down position right now. This is how you crawl up to the top to fill with fuel. DEF is on this side. You can see how good of quality our wire harnesses are. Another nice option for the factory, they come across the ocean. They put a wax spray on all the electrical fittings and internal on the machine so it doesn't rust. The glass on this machine is laminated, so it's not going to break as easy. This machine is equipped with lots of hydraulics, so there's fingerprint joysticks on the top of the lever, so you can run your hydraulics, or you can hit a switch and run it with your feet on this one. The blade has a lot of protection over the cylinders. It's probably the most stable blade on the market, and it's also the most protected cylinders on the market. Now we're going to go through the cab on the 926. If you guys can hear that annoying beeping, that's the sound it makes when the overload warning safety device goes off when you're lifting too high. So first we're going to go over the screen. So the screen, you have 2 cameras standard. When you back up, it automatically does that. Two screens on each one, side and reverse camera. There's an option to put a 360 camera on this machine as well. It has automatic air conditioning. You just set your temperature. Someone's got it cranked really high. So you can set your temperature, you can set it to auto, econo mode, whatever you want. It's very comfortable that way. This is just your data coming from the machine, pressures, temperatures, etc. Next is the settings. This is really neat the way this works. The first one is the auto grease. So right now, every 60 minutes it's going to do 1 pump. Every 60 minutes it's going to do 3 cycles of grease. Every 60 minutes, if you go to that one, it's 5 cycles, and then 7 cycles for that 60 minutes. So if you want more, if you're using an attachment like a brake or something that's shaking the machine a lot, or you're working it really hard, more grease is better. Next one is just your service intervals. This one here allows us to put power from boom to swing. So if I'm doing a lot of lifting, I can put all the power to the boom and hardly any to the swing. If I'm doing a lot of filling trucks and want to swing faster for more production, I can put the speed to the swing. I can also do that with the stick. If I want more power in my stick, I can make it have more power. If I want it to be really fast, I dial it up and make it faster. This one here is the reverse fan. Right now it's going to do a cycle to reverse the fan every 30 minutes to blow all the dust and dirt out of the fan to keep things running hotter, or running cooler, sorry. This is just your info, fuel. There's another thing we should talk about is fuel on this machine. This isn't going to be accurate because it's brand new, but it's under 13 liters per hour average over all the machines sold in the world. I'd like to ask everybody to check on what their 25-ton compact tail machine uses for fuel and compare. This is the average. That's in tough conditions, easy conditions, medium conditions, etc. Now we'll move back to the handles. These handles, the thumb switch, you can move it back and forth. That's how this one here lifts the blade. Just got to put the other handle down. So the right switch here, this one lifts the blade. If you can watch it in front, it's going to go up. If you don't like it there, you can move it to the other side, or you can move it side to side. Side to side is auxiliary hydraulics. If you move to the other side, it does the medium pressure on that side. And then on the bottom, if you want to run a breaker on your foot, you can run your foot. You can put your feet up on the footsteps, etc. Next I want to talk about is throttle positioning and auto idle. So if you want to look at the joysticks, this machine, you can, when it comes off auto idle, you don't have to stroke the thing. If you've heard it rev up there, I didn't move the joystick, it goes off the heat of my hand. The reason they do that is when it revs up before you stroke the pump, it revs up easier and uses less fuel. It's also easier on all components because it's not trying to put full torque through everything while it's revving up. So essentially you just put your hand on it, beside it, it revs up. Here's the view of the side and the back. There's the white bottle there is your swing drive, the oil. You can see where it's at. You can still see it at the back quite nicely. There's lots of room behind the seat for a lunch pail. There is a Bluetooth radio with a microphone right there, so you can see very well.